We're watching Maury. Korean streamer killed by viewer who donated $70,000. Jesus Christ. Nah, this is like a streamer's worst nightmare, man.
Now, in today's episode of Society Falling Apart at the Seams, we have a tragic story, a crazy story, in fact, of a Korean streamer by the name of Yoonji Ah, who was, according to Dexerto, found dead after an attack by a longtime viewer live streams who donated almost $70,000 to.
Like, these viewers are crazy. The Parasocial chat, look at the Emerald, the whole Emerald situation. Think about that. Like, this could have been really bad, man. It's up. These parasocials are crazy. It's scary out here, dude.
And I just gotta say, this is why not all money is good money. And a lot of this money, especially in a lot of female streamers' chats donated by a lot of parally obsessed male viewers, can be very dangerous for the women receiving this money. Objectively, time and time again, we've seen guys just go way too far. They donate a whole bunch of money, assuming that that girl that is receiving the money that, you know, they watch on a daily basis is now obligated to return the favor in some way.
Yeah, it's like incel brain. Like you're like, oh, I gave you this much money, I'm entitled. You know what I mean? It's like an entitled parasocial weird aspect, dude. It's disgusting. By the way, if anyone feels like that, if any one of y'all feel like that, listen, I'm telling you right now, I will beat your ass in the face. I don't go. I'm stealing that $20 from you. You're not gonna do about it. You're not getting shit in return. If you're supporting someone, you should do that just because you honestly appreciate their content, right? You shouldn't be doing it for some weird ulterior motive to like try to get closer to the streamer and try to. It's weird. It's weird, bro. It's creepy, and it leads to like crazy shit like this.
Shape or form. And I'm pretty sure you guys understand how predictable this story is, right? Guy donates a whole bunch of money. He's in love with her, you know, watches her streams every day, assumes that donating tens of thousands of dollars to her, mind you, he's in serious debt. Apparently in the story, this man lost his whole house just trying to donate money to this girl, and ultimately ended up taking her life because she did not reciprocate the feelings and emotional investment that he had for her. This is why not all money is good money. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to head on over to my second channel, Maury Live, for more raw and unfiltered videos. I'm probably gonna actually be using this as a live stream channel anyway. So yeah, be sure to head on over there. Also, for my podcast fans,
we got podcasts too. Oh, the whole David situation. Did we watch? I feel like we watched him before.
Who like more crime-related content? I do have a podcast up on Spotify now, Maury in the Morning.
He was in my recommended. That's probably why.
I also did add some episodes to the YouTube podcast on the main channel as well. But of course, head on over to Spotify, Maury in the Morning, and on Apple Music, by the way.
W name, by the way. I gotta say, Maury in the Morning. That sound fire. That's a great way to start my morning.
Give me a follow, and yeah, as stated before,
I'm gonna be moaning in the morning, listening to Maury in the. No, I'm trying, dude. My fault.
Just trying to cater to the people who don't watch but actually listen, you know, while they're doing whatever they're doing at the moment. Anyway, the Korean streamer murdered after arguing with VIP viewer who donated $70,000 to her. And before we go into the story, I just want to say a VIP viewer in a Twitch chat or any other live streaming service is basically viewers who donate so much money that after a certain point, automatically or manually, they get placed in some type of bracket or special group by the streamer to get acknowledged in the chat. That
it's not like they don't buy it. So how Twitch VIP works is like anyone in my chat can click on their name and give them VIP. What VIP does, it gives them like special little badge, and now when they're slow mode, they can type as fast as they want. They can talk in emo only mode, so you get like little perks. You feel me? Like it's like little perks. My VIPs, you don't buy them. I'm letting y'all know right now, no one's buying any VIPs. I don't do that. If you guys donate to even react to a video, I don't do that. I do it for a reason because I like a boundary. I set a hard boundary. Money does not get you anything on here. You know what I mean? If you want to give me money, which I appreciate, by the way, thank you, because you love me. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's no entitlement there. You feel me? It's like you're supporting me and I appreciate it, but that's really it. That's why I tell you guys, get some merch. You know what I mean? If you want to sub, get a little sub thing because you get emotes, so you kind of get something in return. And then if you wanted to go that extra mile with donations and stuff, I appreciate it. That's very nice of you.
Hey, this person right here chatting in our chat every day is basically a pay big. Acknowledge them. Honestly, if I ever got to that point, of which I never will, I'd be very embarrassed and shamed. Like, please don't put a little icon next to my name, basically telling everybody in the chat that I'm basically a walking human ATM for you. And by the way, here's an image of the stream.
Bro, that's terrible to think about it like that, dude. I'm telling you, I don't think he knows what like VIPs really are, but it's okay, bro. I forgive you more. You know why? Because you fine. You fine. I don't really know if you are. Please don't be ugly and chopped. Because if you are chopped, I'll play the video.
As you can see, they say a Korean streamer has been found dead and a viewer has been arrested for murder after donating tens of thousands of dollars to her. Yoon Ji-ah, a TikToker and live streamer with over 300,000 followers, was discovered on a mountainside in Muju County, North Jeolla Province on September 11th. Her body showed signs of bruising and strangulation.
Jesus.
So obviously this guy was very angry and very violent. Likely, if you can imagine, had her pinned down on the ground with his hands around her neck.
What the Man,
Police believe
terrifying.
she was killed about 30 minutes after her final broadcast ended. And just to show you guys, as I'm on her TikTok right now, a little bit of what she does. As you can see here. Right.
That's
As someone stated in the comment section, this video was one day before she died.
this is sad, bro. This is so fucked up.
Here's another video. Right, so it just looks like she's like a little cutesy little, kawaii type streamer. You know, a lot of Asian, Japanese, Korean, South Asian streamers tend to fit this mold, this aesthetic. They like to, do little cutesy little videos like this and fit that type of caricature. And
Dude, she's living her best life, man.
obviously, any guy, any for a lack of better words, seeing this type of content, seeing what she looks like, she's definitely cute, would slowly, become parasocially obsessed. Seeing this, it's normal. I'm gonna be honest for both sexes, but sometimes a lot of people can go too far. They get ideas in their head and they start romanticizing things and they slowly fantasize about particular things that may never ever happen.
It's the reason why I use this ugly model. It's the reason why I'm constantly saying like stupid, nasty, disgusting every time we're having like a really like heart-to-heart moment and I kind of ruin that moment. It's the reason why I go that far. And you're probably like, you're ruining the moment. You know what I mean? Like, chat, if you're into Twitch streams, y'all know, is that why? Absolutely. Because I don't want you guys to get like super like kawaii. Like if I seen it when I was using a pretty boy anime model, like we cultivate a certain type of viewership. So I dead that immediately, bro, to be honest with you.
Because A, she doesn't know you, you don't know her, really, truly. You're just another person in her chat. And I mean, good God, guys, like
It's literally why I offer you my, you know what I mean? I'm like, you want my, like that's supposed to be disgusting. No one, and you guys are like, ew, nasty. Like, look, you guys are doing it right now. That's the whole point.
Need people to fix their mental health, because this is just not mentally healthy for people to get this obsessed and attached to people to the point to where they're losing their own homes, their houses, and donating $70,000 to people who they're never gonna see in real life. But in this case, he actually met up with her. Let's get back to the story. They say the suspect, a man in his 50s, identified only as Choi, was a longtime supporter who had donated roughly 100 million won, about $70,000, under the nickname Black Cat. Yeah, a man in his 50s doing that, $70,000, nickname Black Cat. Hell no. That's already sketchy. They say he allegedly told Yoon he was the CEO of an IT company, but reports later revealed he was deeply in debt and his home had been seized in a forced auction. So this man was basically LARPing as a rich, wealthy, baller kind of guy. He was LARPing, which means live action role playing. Gaming lingo. You're pretending to be something you're not. He was pretending to be a high roller. A wealthy guy with a lot of money that he can splurge on.
Yeah, he was trying to impress her, bro.
Any, streamers that he wants. But apparently he's just a guy in his 50s.
That money was fake, by the way. That was 100% play money.
50s, highly in debt,
LARPing.
Lost his home. He got mad. I guess he was trying to buy her affection. And then, hey, as predictable as it always is, she didn't like him. She didn't want him. Based off of other reports I heard, she tried to cut ties with him after. Well, let's get back into the story. But just know
this is very common, by the way. It doesn't even have to be like donations, but it's very, very common. I know some girl streamers, like even VTubers, like girl streamers, they deal with this a lot. And dudes are, by the way, I don't want to sound like, oh, guys are all creepy. But if you compare like a horny online guy to a horny online girl, I feel like horny online girls are like more subtle about it. Dudes are fucking creepy. I had a few fruity dudes in my DMs. Bro, they are creepy. I mean, like they're offering to suck my at cons. Like they are aggressively weird. You know what I mean? They cross so many boundaries because they're thinking with the wrong type of head, if you know what I'm talking about. But this is very common, very common. This is very, very common. And it's very scary when like, even when you ban a dude or you try not to engage with them, they just keep going and going and going. I'm sure you guys seen DMs of Instagram models or even like live streamers, and there's a dude having a one-sided relationship on the phone. Hey, how are you doing, sweetheart? Oh, wow, you look beautiful. I just woke up. I hope you're doing good today, gorgeous. For years. They'll just talk to themselves. It's creepy. They never get a hint. It's fucking terrifying.
That he was living kind of a double life she fell for. And as you can see here, Choi convinced Yoon to enter a business partnership with him after becoming a VIP level donor on her live streams. Keep in mind, he was pretending to be a high roller, a baller, CEO of his own company. Meanwhile, he's just a guy in his 50s who's broke as hell and lost his house. They say though, however, Yoon had recently tried to cut ties, assuming she found out about this lie, reportedly exhausted by his controlling behavior and demanding schedule. CCTV footage captured.
That's why we're so like rough with viewers. Like, I mean, like rude, rough, whatever you want to call it, because I already dealt with it. We've been streaming for so long. These viewers don't get a hint. You can't be nice because they'll keep stepping on your boundaries and stepping over them, stepping over them, stepping over them. So eventually some crazy shit happens. You know what I mean? It's very, very, very scary.
Choi kneeling and begging Yoon shortly before the killing. That is,
but like also the problem is, one, I'm a VTuber, so my identity is like kind of hidden. You could probably like fucking know who I am if you're really fucking crazy. I'm sure there's some crazy people in chat. It's called, also I'm a guy, right? For a woman, I feel like it's a lot more scarier because you don't know, like a dude's just, I'm telling y'all, bro.
Crazy. I have not seen the CCTV footage at all. But just to clarify here, Choi, the guy who donated this money, was on his knees kneeling, I suppose, because she wanted to cut ties, or she, you know, may have been rejecting him at that point in time because he revealed his true feelings, his romantic advances, right? And she wanted to cut ties after finding out about this creepy ulterior motive. They say investigators believe the fatal encounter occurred at around 3:27 p.m. when Yoon was seen being pulled back into her car against her will. Her cause of death was confirmed as asphyxiation due to neck compression. So yeah, she was strangled. He had his neck, his hands around her neck and basically choked the life out of her, bro. She could not breathe. After the murder, Choi was seen carrying a suitcase and making multiple stops to throw off his trail before abandoning Yoon's body on the mountainside. He was arrested 12 hours later. While he originally denied killing the streamer, he confessed after the authorities found the body.
So chop his dick off, chop his legs off, chop his ears off, chop his fucking nose off. I don't want him sniffing. Kill him.
A couple of photos I do want to show here is the mountainside of which her body was found in the suitcase.
God,
so clearly this guy drove, you know, into the country to abandon the body, but he was captured on CCTV. He didn't, you know, he was too emotional to kind of plan this out. This was, I suppose, in the heat of the moment, a crime of passion. One thing I was able to find, and I couldn't translate it, obviously, because I don't know what's going on in terms of my browser extension. But now, ladies and gentlemen, one thing I was able to find was a video from a Korean media outlet.
Someone said, send him north.
Apparently they're coming out with a documentary surrounding how this woman died that says the death of an influencer and Jeju Pavlo's pigeons, right? And in this little snippet, I was able to see some footage, blurred of course. I guess there was some kind of investigation in Korea, and as you can see here, let me pause this, is the suitcase that was found, right? With her body found inside of it on the side of the mountain. Jesus, and here, as you can see, is the footage, right? Of apparently this guy kneeling in front of her before he killed her. Now, for obvious reasons, because they want to kind of hype up their documentary, they're not going to really show the clear image, right? But it's just crazy to me, bro, that this actually happened. And now people are saying, who is the VIP killer? I'm not sure if they're still hiding his identity, like his face. Here we have another Korean comment saying, we pray, and I'm using a browser extension, by the way. We pray for the repose of the deceased soul. Somebody said, this is what happens when you like free stuff. Let's live right. Another person said, I should...
Wait, what do they mean by that? What do they mean by that?
Another person said, I should have stopped my daughter from using SNS. I feel like I'm the victim, but as a parent, I should have stopped her from... I don't know what that means.
This is like rough translations, bro.
Guys, this translation isn't perfect. I'm using a browser extension. Apologies. But ladies, I just gotta say, please be careful about the money you're accepting from particular people online.
You can't put that on ladies, bro. That's not... Maury, this is one thing I gotta like disagree with you. This isn't on... Because it comes off as like victim blaming. It's nothing. It's the weirdos that are having these one-sided parasocial relationships, giving these women money, bro. Like that, it has nothing to do with if someone walked up to you and gave you $20 right now, you would accept it, right? Like that doesn't come with oh, you gotta marry me or you're gonna die. Like, you know what I mean? That's insane.
And like these people are in real life, and if they're in your proximity, they may have feelings, very strong obsessive feelings towards you, of which you don't reciprocate. And if you don't reciprocate, they may have something in their mind where they want to kill you. Bro, I literally talked about this in my other video about this guy, I forgot his name, from New Jersey, the 17-year-old, right? Got rejected, ran this girl over along with her best friend on an e-bike. I mean, it's crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, though, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below about this. What do you think about the situation? Also,
I think
be
it's
sure to
scary, bro. Like you just can't even pursue a passion in streaming, live streaming, and content creation without a weirdo parasocial supporting you without ulterior motives.